So we're recording. Welcome to our first weekly Zoom training. We're going to talk about Tri-Plex. It's a hot topic because it's most of the time what our ambassadors join with, and also what we sell to our customers most often, or that's what we try to. So let's jump right in. Thank you guys for taking the time out and doing this. Again, I'm going to have this recorded, and it is recording. I just double checked to make sure. But I'm recording it so that we can listen back if we want to take more notes later, or if we want to pass this off to our teams later. Okay. So today our subject is Tri-Plex, and that's what all of you guys started with. Well, both of you guys started with. And it's obviously, you guys know, it's the pink drink, our ProBio and BioCleanse. That's what makes up Tri-Plex. And I kind of want to touch on why we recommend this so highly and why people find so much success with it. Why? Blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. Those are the three things that you will always find people complaining about and kind of struggling with. That's where their complaints stem from. And Plexus, really, as you guys know, is a company that focuses on allowing the body to repair itself with, the fact that we have the supplements to allow your body to do that. And we'll delve in more why that happens in a second. So first thing we're going to talk about is blood sugar. We know that pink drink is the reason why our blood sugar gets regulated. And the number one reason and the number one ingredient in Slim or pink drink is chromium. That helps move the blood sugar or glucose. It's interchangeably called blood sugar and glucose, same thing, from the bloodstream into the cells to be used as energy. And what happens when that happens, you guys, is people drop weight. That's why it's called Slim, even though a lot of people will see weight as kind of a secondary gain, pun not intended, a secondary gain. Besides all the things that you guys have seen, it change with, mostly energy. Anxiety is one of the biggest things that I've seen it change had success with in my life. Also the whole hormone thing, that's big, right? But back to chromium, it really helps with the fats, the metabolism of fats, carbs, and proteins. That's what helps us with weight loss. That's also what gives us all the energy to make us want to burn it off in the gym or have the extra energy at the end of the day. Instead of wanting to take a nap, it allows us to have the energy at the end of the day to maybe use it for workout so that we work out more often and then we lose weight naturally. But it also helps us build muscle and also retain muscle. A lot of times when people are losing weight, muscle is burned when you're working out. It all has to do with heart rate. And if your heart rate is too high or too low, you are burning weight. You'll always burn fat, but it'll do it in a different way. But this allows muscle to build. So you get that physique that you're after when you're working out. The muscle will build, your arms will round out, your booty will lift, all those fun things. But instead of muscle burning, you'll burn the fat. So you'll tone up. You won't wiggle and jiggle as much as you have. So that's always a fun benefit of chromium. Also, when your blood sugar is stabilized, you'll see these things happen. Energy goes up. How many times do your customers or potential ambassadors say, I want more energy. I want to be able to keep up with my kiddos. I have 1,400 jobs that I'm trying to work. All of us want extra energy. It sucks when we have to, go for our third cup of coffee a day. Or in my case, before I started Plexus, you guys, 3 or 4 Americanos a day. Do you know how many shots are in Americanos? So many. There's 4 in a large, 4 shots of espresso. That's awful. 3 or 4 a day? No. Anyway, we all need extra energy for whatever reason. It's important. We all have busy lives. We need the energy. When blood sugar is stable, you don't peak and you don't, take the hits, go to those valleys, and then you spike, and then you valley, and then you spike. You're not up and down all over the place. And that also contributes to weight loss. When your body is always up and down as far as blood sugar goes, your body's going to hold on to that blood sugar. It's going to hold on to fat because it doesn't know what's going on. So it's just going to hold on to what it knows. When you stabilize it, it allows for homeostasis. And as we know, homeostasis is this, right? A plateau. So when it continues to be in homeostasis and it allows your body to be stable, it releases weight, it releases toxins out of your fat cells so you can lose weight. Also, when blood sugar is regulated, moods are stable, which we're girls. It's going to be crazy anyway. Hormones are wacko, so we need help with moods, right? It's going to control those hormones to keep our moods stable. It also supports our nervous system, which is something I think that we really don't talk about. But with our nervous system too, when that's stabilized, our hormones balance out. Again, all ties back to that. We're more mentally alert, no more of that mommy pregnancy brain. You know, where did I leave my keys? Oh, they're in my hand. Like that all kind of subsides. Or you're talking on the phone. You guys, I can't find my phone. I don't know where it's at. You know, all of those things help your day just run so much more smoothly when, again, when your nervous system is supported, and because of, or when your nervous system is supported, it's because of your blood sugar. So mental alertness, your hormones, and then your increased lean muscle mass, which again, it ties back to weight loss. And again, another huge, not really again, because we haven't talked about this, but your sugar cravings bottom out. That's awesome. That was one of the biggest things that I felt too. And a lot of times that's one of the biggest things that you'll hear people talk about is, I really want help with cravings. Sugar cravings are a nightmare. It just is this nasty spiral. When you crave sugar, you eat sugar. When you eat sugar, you crave sugar. So it has to be stopped somehow. And when your blood sugar is stabilized, that's when it stops. One of my favorite ingredients in Slim, and this doesn't get talked about really either, is chlorogenic acid. That comes from the extract of green coffee bean. And so this is kind of, we'll talk about this too really quick. People will look at the ingredients list and be like, oh my gosh, there's caffeine. I thought you said it was stimulant free. It is. The amount of caffeine that's in it naturally is less than 2% of your daily, what is it called? Like daily value, what you're allowed. But also it's less than half a cup of decaf coffee. So really it doesn't have caffeine in it. It's nothing that's going to affect you unless you're insanely sensitive to caffeine. It's not going to affect you. That's why it's safe for breastfeeding moms, pregnant moms to take, because there's no caffeine. It's not going to spike your energy, and then you won't feel that valley like we were talking about earlier. But coffee bean extract is huge with metabolism. It shoots it straight through the roof, so you're able to burn so many more calories. Also helps your liver burn fat. And it also helps with blood sugar and cholesterol metabolism too. So when you hear customers give you feedback on like, oh my gosh, my labs were so much better, my cholesterol is back down to the normal ranges, that's why. It's the chlorogenic acid that really helps pull everything back together. So many people, you guys, friends, family, you'll see them younger and younger. People, Nicole and I went to high school together, and so many people that we've even gone to high school together that I've talked to about Plexus, they're like, man, my cholesterol is starting to creep. We're 30. That's not okay. It's because of diet. And so blood sugar is huge. The chlorogenic acid that we were just talking about, stabilized blood sugar is going to be enormous. So that's Slim. That's our cornerstone product. That's what the main thing that people really, are concerned with is energy levels. And the reason why they're concerned with that is because their blood sugar is not stable. And why is that? Because our diet sucks. We eat a lot of sugar. It's just convenient to run through the drive-thru and grab a Sonic. I mean, who doesn't love some of that sometimes? But it's better food choices. It's also supplementing so that we can't be perfect all the time. I get it. We all get it. It's day and age. We have kids. We have those 1,700 jobs that we talked about earlier. It's all about supplementation in the correct way, and that's why Plexus is so great. Second product that's in Tri-Plex, and probably my favorite to talk about because it grosses people out, and here's why. Because we can talk about leaky gut. It really freaks people out when we talk about leaky gut, and the fungus that grows in your belly. It's nasty, you guys. So I always, when I'm talking about Plexus, I always ask them if they know what Candida is. And that's the yeast that is beneficial, honestly, to digestion, but only when it's in its normal ranges. When it's in its normal ranges, like I said, it helps with digestion. When your body decays when you die, this is really morbid, but when your body is decaying after you're in the ground, it helps the dirt digest your body and breaks down your organs. So we need it. But it's only harmful when we eat sugar. Okay, we eat sugar, processed foods, right? We don't sleep as much as we should. We also are way more stressed than we've ever been in like the history of man. So that's cool too. That's really what contributes. And we take pharmaceuticals at a way higher rate than we ever have to as a human race. So all of those things compacted make this Candida yeast flourish. And that's when it gets dangerous. These are all things, you guys, that you should be telling your customers. The more details they have, the more informed they are, and the more likely they're going to be like, man, this girl knows what guy knows what they're talking about. And they're going to trust you to, buy that Tri-Plex instead of, oh, I'll just buy Slim for $80. Or it's a difference of your PV being $69.95 and $125. Like, at the end of the day, that really makes a difference. It's a difference between you not earning a Plexus paycheck and you earning a paycheck. That's huge. So going back to it, the more knowledge that you have about these products, the more powerful you're going to be to your audience. So yeast, leaky gut, nasty, right? Okay, so it overgrows. What does it do when it overgrows, and why is that so bad? It chews holes into the lining of your intestines. That's gross. So guess what's leaking into your bloodstream? Poop. Toxins. It's disgusting. Megan, I see your face. I see you, and it's nasty. I know. So gross. I know.
I'm just glad Will's not here right now because he would be gagging.
It's nasty. That's why shock value goes a long way. And I always tell people to research their issue and leaky gut because they're always tied together. And he needs to see this video, Megan. Don't be glad that he's not in the room or not home because he needs to see it.
Oh, I know.
My husband's look on his face right now. He's like,
that's what Will's face would be.
I see you guys. I know. I love freaking people out though, because it really drives it home, How many people, well, we'll get into the symptoms in a second, but it chews holes through your intestines. You guys, that's disgusting. And poop goes into your bloodstream. That's what causes things like, whoa,